Hello all, my name is Krish Naik and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today in this particular video we are going to discuss about Bernoulli distribution. Now as you all know guys, in my previous videos in my statistics playlist I've discussed about Gaussian distribution, standard normal distribution, log normal distribution. There's still different types of distribution like Bernoulli distribution, binomial distribution and many more distribution which I'm going to upload that in my future videos. This all videos will be uploaded in my statistics playlist. So today in this particular video we are going to discuss about Bernoulli distribution. Now when I talk about Bernoulli distribution, you should always remember guys, your outcome with respect to a Bernoulli distribution is only two outcomes you usually have. Suppose I consider that if I just consider an example of tossing a coin. Okay, so in tossing a coin I usually have the output as either heads or tails. Suppose if I say that whenever my random variable gets a tail, then it is going to consider the value as 1. So this basically indicates success. Okay, if my random variable has 0, this will basically be my fail, and this 0 basically indicates that either it may have, suppose this 1, let us consider that it is having heads and this 0 is nothing but tails, right? So if we have this kind of situation, we can definitely say that X is following a Bernoulli distribution, and for this the probability of X will have some, this X which is a random variable will have some value small x, can be actually written by probability of X 1 minus P, okay, 1 minus X. Okay, so this is how it is basically written as, and this is called as a probability mass function. Now you may have not heard about probability mass function because understand there is something called as probability density function also. In that, whenever we are actually using probability density function, remember the outcome that is basically having is a continuous value. Okay, it is a continuous value. In the case of probability mass function, your outcome is a discrete value. Okay, discrete basically means it has fixed number of values, like either 0 or 1. Right, in this particular continuous values it can have any values. So some of the distribution that you have seen in Gaussian distribution, right, this kind of distribution, this actually is a PDF function, right? In this particular case we will be discussing about probability mass function because my outcome is actually discrete. Now still we did not understand that what all values this X can have, right? So X will usually have 0 and 1, right? So suppose if I want to basically show up that what is the probability, of getting success. Okay, what is the probability of getting success? Let us represent this as P, and what is the probability of getting failure? Now whenever I talk about probability guys, this will basically become 1 minus P, which is represented by Q, right? So 1 minus P. Now this information we will try to derive it from this particular equation, that is this equation itself. So let's proceed. Now suppose if I say that what is the probability of X when my X is actually equal to 0. Now this small x is actually 0. Let me just populate it over here. So I'll write P to the power of 0, 1 minus P, 1 minus 0. Now in this particular case I will be getting 1 minus P, right? And as I know that this, whenever I'm getting 0, it is basically a failure case. So that actually derives this, I'm getting it perfectly fine, and this can also be represented by Q. Now let me go and write probability of X, probability of the random variable to be 1. I can basically write P of 1, 1 minus 0, and this is nothing but P. Again, this actually proves this particular both the information, right? So usually whenever we are able to get this, we can basically write our probability mass function. Our probability mass function, we will represent this by an amazing way where I'll say my Q is, which is nothing but 1 minus P, is there if my K is equal to 0, my K or small x, let me just write it as small x is equal to 0, and if the small x is equal to 1, I can basically write my probability will be P, and this is basically supported by my equation P of X 1 minus P X minus 1, sorry, it should be 1 minus X, right? So which we have actually shown. And what is this? This is my probability mass function. Very, very simple, guys. Okay. Here, what we are actually saying is that when my x is a random variable and if it follows a Bernoulli distribution, then we can write probability of a random variable to be small x is equal to probability of small x multiplied by 1 minus p to the power of 1 minus x. Okay, this is basically called as the probability mass function. And always remember, there are only two outcomes. One is success and failure. Okay, success, probability of the success is basically represented by p, and probability of failure is basically represented by 1 minus p. How do I define this? Just understand. If I have a fair coin, let's take this particular example. Okay, so I have a fair coin. Okay, so in case of a fair coin, my probability of head, suppose I consider my probability of head, which is nothing but p. Suppose this is my success. Okay, I consider it as p, and in case of a fair coin, whenever we toss a fair coin, usually the probability is 1 by 2. Okay, now if I go and try to check with respect to probability of tail, then I will write 1 minus p, which is nothing but 1 minus half. It is nothing but half, right? This is with respect to a fair coin. Now suppose if you do not have a fair coin, and suppose over there you have something like this, the probability of head that you will be getting, suppose I say that it is 0.4, which is nothing but my p. Then in this particular case, my probability of tail will be 1 minus 0.4, which will be nothing but 0.6. And again, this will also be able to derive from this specific PMF function. Okay, pretty much simple, right? Now, that is the reason why you see in this particular diagram, 3 examples of Bernoulli distribution. Suppose probability of x is equal to 0 is equal to 0.2, then probability of x is equal to 1. That basically means this x is nothing but a random variable, right? This equal to 1 is 0.8, because this, if suppose I consider this is my p value or 1 minus p value, this will basically be my p value, right? Similarly over here you have 0.8, you have 0.2, you have 0.5, you have 0.5. Various examples that you will be seeing, and usually the probability mass function looks like this, right? Definitely you have your x values in the x-axis. This is your probability values in your y-axis. Pretty much simple, pretty much easy. Now apart from this, I really want to define 2 more things. Okay, we need to discuss about the mean and variance and standard deviation. We need to understand how do you compute the mean of this kind of distribution. So in order to compute the mean of this kind of distribution, we basically say this as E of x. E of x is nothing but expected value of x. And whenever we want to define this, it is nothing but summation of I is equal to 1 to x. And then I can write x multiplied by probability of x. Now this basically means that, just imagine, okay, my x possible values. What are my x possible values? Suppose I say the probability of getting the probability of just imagine like this, guys. My x value will be either 0 or 1, right? Suppose I 10, because there are 2 outcomes. Suppose I say my probability of x is equal to 0. Suppose this is 0.4. Then my probability of x is equal to 1 is 0.6 according to the formula. Now, if I really want to compute the mean, I just have to multiply this 0. This entire formula I have to apply. Now, let's apply this particular formula. Now, here what I do is that we will be writing 0.4 multiplied by, sorry, it should not be 0.4, but instead it should be outcome multiplied by, what is the x? X is nothing but, first of all, different types of, for I is equal to 1 to x. So, x has 2 values, right? So, first I will multiply 0 multiplied by probability of x is equal to 0 is nothing but 0.4 plus 1 multiplied by 0.6. Okay, 1 multiplied by 0.6. Just let me write it once again. 1 multiplied by 0.6. Now here, if I try to do the summation, it is 0.6. This 0.6 is nothing but the p value, because this is my p, this is my 1 minus p. So anytime, whenever you try to find out the mean of this kind of distribution, that is Bernoulli distribution, your mean is always going to be equal to p. Okay. Similarly, if I really want to calculate the variance, for calculating the variance, guys, we just have to use another formula, and the formula is pretty much simple. You know, we basically write p multiplied by 1 minus p. Okay, again, I'm not just going to derive this because this is pretty much simple. This is 1 minus p, I can basically write it as PQ. And similarly, standard deviation can be basically represented by root of PQ, because variance is nothing but sigma square and this is standard deviation is nothing but sigma. So these are the main important information. Let me provide a quick summary regarding whatever things I have actually written. Okay, so let me just show you over here. Quickly, in order to understand Bernoulli distribution, your outcome should be either 0 or 1. So it basically has two outcomes. The probability mass function is basically defined as probability of x is equal to small x, where x can be 0 or 1, it can be 0.2, 0.8, it can be either p or 1 minus p. Okay, this can be basically represented by p to the power of x, 1 minus p, 1 minus x. Okay, this is the probability mass function, pretty much important. And then if I really want to find out the mean is basically represented by pretty much simple p, and the other information that I really want to find out is something called as variance. Variance is represented by PQ and standard deviation is represented by root of PQ. This may be asked in the interview question, so I'm actually trying to specify this particular information very easily. Now, two more interview questions that I want to do is that I've explained you this many things. Just tell me what will be the median and mode, okay, of this kind of distribution. This is the two important interview question that I want to give. Again, this entire diagram is taken from Wikipedia. I have taken the examples from Wikipedia and made you understand. So just in 10 minutes I was able to make you understand. I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you, one doll. Bye bye.